Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matt Beck. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this no tip, no trip. And this goes all across the board. Doordash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and even Instacart. I'll even show an example of an Instacart order right now that's no tip. It's all Instacart Pay, $12. Alright, so if you look at it, $12, no tip. Yes, you can possibly get a cash tip. This is going to an apartment too. Alright. 25 items, 27 units, 4 miles. That's not too bad, but I still wouldn't do it because of no tip. Alright. And if I just say with Doordash, I wouldn't do it. Because why? I mean, we live off those tips if you do this full time. And I don't feel like doing an order that has no tip on it. Like, that's kind of like a slap or a punch in the face or a low blow. If you don't tip me or anybody, that's kind of messed up. You're having a luxury service. You know, if you have a luxury service, you should tip that person. You know, I've been a waiter before. I've been to that point where I've never been tipped, you know, and waiters are getting paid depending on your area and depending on the restaurant, this and that. I was getting paid like $2.50, 50 cents more less than what, you know, us DoorDashers are getting paid right now as a base pay. So if there's no tip, I don't care what anybody says. I'm not serving you your order. I'm not. I can't do it. And right now, this Instacart order is still sitting here. Why? Because it's no tip. You know, I mean, yeah, it's $12. That's all Instacart. Yeah, you could possibly get that tip with cash, but that's bait tipping basically. So, you know, that's basically saying, you know, trying to chase that tip, and it's not worth it. It's not worth your time. So don't try it. Don't even try to sit there and waste your time on a no tip order. It's not worth it, because most likely that person isn't going to tip you. Yes, is there a small chance that person can tip? Yeah, of course. They could possibly tip you some cash. And with Instacart, it's a little bit different because they can change their tip afterwards. But still, I'm not betting my chances on getting no tip. And it's just like with DoorDash. Like, if you look at DoorDash right now, you know, right now it's $3 peak pay. All right, in my area right here that I have as closest to me, $3 peak pay. All right, if we don't get any tips on any orders, base pay is $3. All we're gonna get on no tippers is $6 order. I mean, depending on the person, that could be worth it depending on the miles. You know, I take a $6 order, but since, you know, most likely it's gonna be a no tip order, I'm not taking it. If it's $6, you already know it's no tip. Why? Because it's $3 peak pay. Even if they showed you, you know, didn't show you a tip on DoorDash, excuse me, it's just not worth it. It's not worth your time. Like, you know, it's a luxury service. If you go out to eat and you have somebody waiting on you, giving you your food, giving you your drinks, doing all that stuff, checking up on you, seeing if you need anything, you should tip that person. At least, I mean, you know, me personally, if you give me bad service, I'm going to tip you something, but I'm not going to tip you the best. I'm going to respect you enough to give you something, because I know you guys live off those tips. But if you give me good service, I'm going to give you over 20%. That's just me. And I understand that people don't agree with it. I understand that there's people out there that really don't care. That they'll sit there and say, oh, well, I'll tip whenever I want to, if I want to. Blah, blah, blah. That's up to you. That's your opinion, but it's wrong. In my opinion, it's wrong. And I don't agree with it. I'll tip you because it's a luxury service. If I was getting DoorDash to my house, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, Instacart, whatever, what am I going to do? I'm going to tip that person. Why? Because they're doing the work for me. They're going out there shopping for me. Or, you know, sitting there driving their car to, you know, Chipotle or Chili's, getting my food and driving back, you know, possibly getting into an accident, wasting, you know, gas, putting miles on their car, a whole bunch of different variables that could, sit there and come. You know what I mean? Well, I totally agree with this no tip, no trip. And I mean, there's no flaws in this one, in my opinion. I mean, if you live off of just tips, then that's what these people need to do. That's what the non-tippers need to learn. And it feels like to me, and this is just my thoughts on this, that some of these people that don't tip probably have never been in that situation where they've lived off of just tips. And I've seen comments on other videos where some people will sit there and say, get a real job, do this, do that, you don't deserve it, you don't deserve a tip, whatever. But my thoughts on that is, how can you sit there and say this isn't a real job? You're working. It's not like you're sitting there not working. You're actually working. You're working for the money. Yeah, you may be sitting in a car sometimes, especially whenever it comes to Doordash and whatnot. You have more work with Instacart and Shipt and all those other delivery grocery apps because you're actually actively shopping for somebody. But whenever it comes to Doordash, yeah, you're mostly just sitting around. You go in there, get your food, and then you bring it to the person's house. There's not a lot of work involved, but you got to deal with driving. You got to deal with all the stresses, sometimes the restaurant being dumb or the dumb drivers out there. It's just, I just wish there was more people out there that would tip, that actually knew how it felt to live off just tips. Because $3, I mean, base pay you can't live off of. I mean, if you're expecting somebody to go from the restaurant to your house for $3 and it's going 5 or more miles, you're crazy. I would rather have it sit there and have your food go cold than actually drive it to your house. Because that's just disrespectful in my opinion. But that's just me. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys feel about this no tip, no trip. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? I might get some hate in the comments from people that don't tip and don't care for tipping. Do I care? No, I don't. I really don't. Because I'm going to stand by what I feel because I know that's right. And the no tippers are not right. But that's just my opinion. I'm going to stop ranting. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.